makeup to bring to you another installment in the Inspired by Collab series with my girl Anya Stamper here on YouTube. In every one of these videos, we pick a different creator here on YouTube or Instagram that inspires the way we feel about our makeup, inspires us to want to recreate the look and or the vibes of the look. So today we are celebrating and we are inspired by Louise Poston. Hannah has been very inspiring to me overall based on her no buy year last year. I'm currently in the midst of a no buy year, more on that soon. But I do frequently find myself inspired by her makeup tutorials. Hannah frequently does videos called duping the vibes of a palette. And the look I'll be recreating today is the look that she did when she duped the vibes of the Anastasia gold palette. Now she actually has the palette, which was nice for her to be able to dupe things out and see how close they were. And if you are new to my channel, I am currently crushing on the Anastasia gold palette. I really want it. Totally my vibes. Teals, golds, mustards. So I really wanted to recreate this look today, and I have 3 palettes to help me do that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first shade that Hannah used in her transition crease area, blown out and diffused and really present, was the mustard yellow from the gold palette. She used a combination of Paper Tiger and a Morphe shadow. I'm going to be using this shade right here called Edge in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. So I'm first going to diffuse that in my transition and crease area using a fluffy brush, and then if need be, I'll go back in with a denser brush in the crease to just sort of give the illusion of depth. I originally thought maybe this New Wave was going to be the best mustard shade for me, but it's actually pretty bright. And the mustard shade in the Anastasia gold palette is sort of grungy. Next, I actually have the exact shade that Hannah used all over her lid, and it comes from the Alamar palette. This is the dupe for the shade Brass in the gold palette, and she used this shade El Maricon, I believe is how you pronounce it, and she just packed that all over her lid. She is a finger girl. I am generally not, but we're going to do it her way today. You never know, I just might find a new favorite way to use this palette. Ooh, it's getting in my eyelashes, or even. I always forget you really don't need much when it comes to this shade. I honestly would keep this palette just for this shade. I believe Hannah depotted hers at some point after she did this video. This video is a little bit older. Of course, I will link it down below, but she did this video somewhat early in the year. Next, Hannah took a dark brown, and she ended up using the brown in the Alamar palette, which is Cafecito, I believe. She used this on the outer V and a little bit up into the crease just to deepen things up a bit. And this is definitely a different order than what I would normally do. Normally I would have done this brown prior to putting on the lid shade, but like I said, I think part of the fun in recreating the vibes of someone else's look is that you can try out their techniques or their routine as well, and you know, broaden your horizons. Because why not? I really love the sort of grungy vibes of this look that Hannah created. Alright, I'm going to go back into Subculture and pick up a little bit more of the mustard on my big fluffy brush that I originally used, and just give this a blend. Alright, now at this point, Hannah and I part ways in terms of the actual shades that we're using. She went on to use some shades from other palettes or singles or what have you. I'm going to stay in the Alamar palette for now, and I'm also going to sort of mix up the order of how she laid out the colors on the lower lash line. So she did use the dark brown Cafecito, and then she smudged it out with a turquoise. I think it was more of the lighter turquoise that is representing the one in the gold palette. I'm going to do the brown first and then smudge it out with the shimmer, and I'm going to put the brown just right up against the lash line, very defined. So I'm curious to know how many of you were also inspired by Hannah and her no by year, or just her personality and her conscious consumerism and things like that. I feel like I learned a lot in general, like about the beauty community, about my shopping habits, things like that last year through watching Hannah's No by Year, and I'm very thankful for that. Pretty much as soon as I started watching Hannah Louise Poston, I knew I wanted to do a no by year. I'm going to go ahead and take this little dense brush right here and do that outer V. It's bugging me. Like I said, I just want to deepen this up, especially in the very outer V, because I want the brown on the lower lash line and the outer V to connect. Definitely gonna have a blending situation at some point here, but that looks better. All right, going into this shade right here, which is called Celia. I'm gonna smudge that all on the lower lash line. Maybe not the outer third, but most of it. And then my other question for you is,
how many of you own the Natasha Denona?
How many of you own the Natasha Denona gold palette? I'm curious to know. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I want it. But, you know, it's no small amount of money. Also, I'm pretty well known to not use a lot of gold on my eyes, but this year, this season, I have started wearing more gold on my eyes because I'm really into mustard yellow. I've been into mustard yellow for a long time, long before it was like the fad that it is this year, because I love those earthy tones. I mean, you can see my bedding and everything and the blankets on my bed. These are my colors, but so this year I'm starting to get into gold eyeshadow because it looks so flattering with all this mustard, and it's just my vibes. I mean, this look is definitely my vibes. Okay, so going into the last palette, the next shade she kind of used as a topper over the entire lower lash line, and the shade that she was vibing in the gold palette was called Lime Chrome. And for me, I feel like I found the perfect dupe, and it is in the BH Zodiac Palette. My favorite shade in this palette, and that is Aquarius right here. It's a yellowy gold with like a green shift to it. Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to kind of, it's very soft, I always forget that. So we're going to go in and put that over the entire lower lash line. That is stunning. I really hope the pictures do it justice when I do close-ups. And I'm gonna bring this all the way into my inner corner just for a little pop there. That is just the most beautiful topper shade. Messy, messy. And then the last step that Hannah did is she used one of the topper shades, or was mimicking one of the topper shades in the gold palette. And for this, she went into a Stila glitter whatever, and she put the just between the brown and the green on the lid. I don't own any Stila glitters, but I do own a whole crap ton of the Cover FX glitter drops in the shade Nova, so that's what I'm going to use. I have a lifetime supply of this glitter, and it does, whoa, I almost spilled, that would have been terrible. And I do use it on my eyes on occasion. And I'm just going to pat this right here where the green and the brown meet, allegedly.
You can never have too much glitter, in my opinion.
I'm gonna go back into Cafecito, this one, and just make sure that brown is still present a little bit. One last thing that Hannah didn't do that I am going to do, I like an inner corner highlight, and so I'm just going to go ahead and take this first shade in the palette called La Costa and put that on the inner corner, just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to pop off of here, do liner and mascara, and then we'll come back and see if I can't find a lip to go with this beautiful look. Alright, party people, I am back. And I finished off the eyes with an army green eyeliner on both the tight line and the waterline. And then mascara, I used the Milk Kush mascara. Not my fave, but I'm trying to use it up. So for lips, I decided to go neutral. This is my favorite matte lipstick formula. It's the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, and this is a new shade that I was able to acquire through a promotion at Sephora, so I wanted to use this one today. This actually matches my favorite lip liner by MAC in the shade Whirl perfectly, but I don't feel the need to line my lips today, so we're just going to go in with the pencil. And there you go. This is the final look. So what do you think? Do you think I did Hannah Louise Poston proud? I would love it if she somehow watched this video. I really enjoy her vibes when she does her makeup tutorials, and I would love to recreate some of her looks in the future. Thank you to Anya, as always, for collaborating with me on this series, and thank you to Hannah for the inspiration for this look. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely gorgeous glitter makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon.